Hello, it's me, Daryl, Florida Catholic guy. Got my dog out here. You can probably tell she doesn't have her cone on. Basically, today's the 10-day mark, so I haven't gotten the okay from the doctor. I emailed her pictures of the wound and asked if it's okay to resume normal exercise and take the cone off. The doctor wasn't in today, but I was told she'll get back to me tomorrow. But what I've done is I've taken the cone off and I've watched her to make sure she's not licking at the wound, which she hasn't been. So that's good. I've taken her for her 2 longer walks today. She seemed to be doing okay with that. So I don't expect any issues. And of course I ran out of her. I didn't run out. Her medicine, her prescription ran out. They only gave you a 10-day prescription, so got to do something to exercise her. So that's why I took her out for regular full walks. She's been doing good. I'm not a doctor, but to me the wound looks like it's healing up pretty good. So as far as myself, getting a little frustrated about my blood sugar. My weight is doing okay. I'm back down to 269. The lowest I was 268 and a half, so you're talking a half-pound difference, so I'm happy with that. Especially after the issues I've been having where I've been having to eat some carbs, and now it's the other way. Now my blood sugar's getting higher. And basically, I don't know why. I think I've narrowed it down to the whipped cream I put in the coffee. Of course, I put some whipped cream in my coffee, and then I take the whipped cream and down in my mouth, and well, there's less than 1 gram of carbs in the whipped cream. There she goes. But there's still carbs in the cream, and it contains milk, dairy. I mean, dairy is allowed on the carnivore diet, but it's not the best, especially the whipped cream, because it does have milk, and it does have a little bit of sugar, and I figure less than 1 gram. I figure 1 gram, even though it says less than 1. Figure 1 gram. And if I'm having, I don't know, 5, 6, 7 servings, that's 5, 6, 7 grams of carbs, which doesn't sound like much, and it's not much. But it also, I think with the milk in there, that there's carbs and some other ingredients. There's carbs in there that aren't included on the listing on the package, the nutrition information. So Because that's the only thing. I mean, I did an experiment where I had a coffee without cream, and my blood sugar stayed steady. The minute I put cream in it, it goes up. So then the crazy thing is, I've got it so my blood sugar was down around 155. After I went out for my walk, it went up to like 170 again. Now it's back down to between 155 and 160, but I don't know what that's all about. Because all I've had is water, and of course that's not bad, but so I don't know, just crazy. Yeah, it sounds like there's a kid screaming or something. There was a couple of fires yesterday. One of them was here in Ruskin, probably less. Sounds like somebody almost had an accident. You got clowns up here, the way they drive. And you got idiots that drive bad up here, and then you got kids that don't watch out what they're doing, especially playing in the road. And we've had a couple of kids get hit by cars. Luckily, they were okay, but somebody's gonna get killed up here the way people drive, and nobody pays attention. And I don't know, just Florida. It is what it is, And it's not just Florida. People are like that all over. I mean, nobody pays attention, neither driving. You got people driving that are on their cell phones all the time, and they speed up and down these streets at 50, 60 miles an hour or more when the speed limit's 25 and 30. In this community, I stick to 25 and 30. If anything, I'll drive a little under the speed limit because of, you never know when a kid is going to dart out in front of you or whatever. So, but I've talked about the driving here before, and it's frustrating because our insurance rates are so high. We're like one of the highest in the country, and I pay for 6 months what I used to pay in Maine for a whole year, maybe a year and a half. But what are you gonna do? Hi, princess. Hi. But, it's one of the things we're living here. I mean, I'm still glad I'm living here than pretty much anywhere else. I've been still been paying attention to the news a little bit. I guess from what I hear, Trump has put the brakes on giving Ukraine tomahawks, which I think is very good news. Because from what I gather from, Trump Trump and Putin had a phone call yesterday, and of course Trump said, "Oh, everything went great. Everything we had the perfect phone call, you know." But Russia was more, basically saying that they had to threaten Trump that if they gave Ukraine the Tomahawks, that they would be nuking Washington. And I don't think he was bluffing this time, because Tomahawks are a nuclear capable missile, and while I don't think that we would give Ukraine nuclear weapons, Russia doesn't know that. And also the thing with the Tomahawks is they need to be operated. They need to be, the targeting, the operation, that all has to be done by Americans. And, they claim that, well, U.S. soldiers weren't going to be involved. U.S. military personnel wouldn't be involved. But the thing is, we just found out now that, hey, princess, cut it out. Just took a dump and was eating it. No better than that. U.S. military wasn't going to be involved, but they were going to have mercenaries, U.S. mercenaries involved, private contractors. So you got to look at it like, let's say Russia said, okay, we're going to give long-range missiles that can hit New York and Washington, D.C. to Venezuela. But Venezuela is not going to operate them. We're going to have Russian, mercenaries come in and operate them. And what would we do? We would consider that Russia attacking us. So basically that means the only thing that Ukraine would do, if even that, is Ukraine would be deciding where to put the missiles. And even that, that might be decided by Americans. So, but the American contractors would have to operate them, do the targeting, choose the targets, and fire them. So, as far as Russia's concerned, that's the United States attacking Russia. So what's Russia going to do? They're going to attack the United States. And I think finally Putin got, hey, cut it out. I think finally Putin got the message to, princess, cut it out. I hope that's grass that she's eating. I mean, grass isn't the best, but it's better than poop. Basically, right now, I got a guy that comes every Wednesday and cleans up the poop in the yard, but I'm going to have to cancel him out, and I'm going to have to start picking it up myself, because I can't have her eating her own stuff out here. It's gross and disgusting and not good for her health. Yeah, it's not. I wish I could get you to stop that. I don't know what's worse, eating her poop or eating lizards. Neither one of them is good, but... And the other thing she's been doing now is she's getting her paws up on the shelf. She in the kitchen. My mom got a pizza last night, and there was like 3 or 4 pieces of pizza left, and I had that box on my toaster, which is way in the back of the in the back of the counter. And that dog, she got into the box and ate all the pizza. And then she got on the table, or got her paws on the table, and all she got in there on the table is some papers that she threw on the floor. But I can get some gates similar to the one over here. In fact, this gate I used to have for Shadow on the in the hallway to keep her out of. Well, actually, it was to put her in the hallway during thunderstorms, so she couldn't damage anything. But she broke through the gate. But I can get a couple of gates to keep her out of the kitchen, so she can't get on the counter. But the living room table, there's really no gates that I can keep her at to keep her off that. So I'll just have to make sure there's no food or anything that she can get at, because that's what she was after. I had a pack of sandwiches that I was getting rid of that I put there because they didn't fit in the garbage can, because tonight's garbage night, so I was just going to leave them there and get rid of them tonight. But she was trying to get at them. So, can't trust this thing. Yeah, I'm talking about you. But, I don't know. But anyway, I was talking about the Russia thing, and so it looks like Putin got through to Trump to, at least for now, temporarily stop the Tomahawks from going to Ukraine. So hopefully and I guess they're talking about President Trump and Putin are going to meet, I want to say Istanbul, whatever, in a couple of weeks, I guess. But, you don't know if it's smoke and mirrors or not. But, I mean, having get together and talking is a good thing. It's better than not talking. Turned on my lights and fans. Actually, the weather's really nice tonight. It's was in the mid to upper 80s during the day, but the humidity was pretty low. So it's going to get down, I guess, into the 60s. For the next week, there's like no rain, which is bad because everything's dried out and we need the rain. But it's our dry season now, so I think, going into November, I believe November is either the driest or the second driest month of the year. So, the only time we get rain now is either a tropical system, which I guess the one that they're talking about isn't going to come near us now, which obviously is good. I don't want a hurricane. So basically the hurricane season is just about done. So the only time we get rain now is when we get cold fronts coming through. And a lot of the cold fronts we get now are dry up. I mean, we'll get the lower humidity, but we still get the, 85, 90 degree weather, which that doesn't bother me. It gets cooler at night, 60s. Maybe 58, 59, but, a couple days, we're still going to get temperatures around 70 for lows and around 88 to 90 for highs. So, but it'll start cooling down. I mean, it already is. Like I said, normal high now is like 86. So, that's our fall. So, just, we didn't get much rain in September, which usually is one of our wet months, but it was pretty dry this year, and this month we haven't gotten much rain at all. So, it's been pretty dry, and we don't have much hope for much rain now until next rainy season, which about June. So, I mean, we'll get, like I said, we'll get some rain when they get cold fronts, but this weekend we got a cold front coming through, and it's like 30-40% chance of rain this weekend. So, yeah, but it's just going to be hit or miss showers. It's not going to be like a nice good soaking rain like we need, but it is what it is. It's beautiful weather. Just worry about fire danger right now. And, yeah. I'm still thinking about the, becoming a hermit. I've been keeping up with my prayers. I've started saying the morning prayers as well as the evening, and I missed the night prayers yesterday, but I try to say the morning, evening, and night prayers, which are the major hours. Basically, lauds, vespers, and compline. So, but it is, that's something I got to think about, and start off by talking to my priest about, and telling him my crazy ideas, and see what he has to say. And it's going to be, if I do decide to do something like that, it's going to be a long process. I mean, I'm pretty much starting to live like that now, but if I'm going to get any kind of approval or anything, that kind of stuff will take probably a year, 2 years. And so we'll see how it goes. Just I want to stick with my prayers, and get better at that, and better at just my living for God, and becoming a better, Christian, Catholic, and the rest will fall into place. So, anyway, I'm going to end this now, and I'll say good night. God bless you. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.